Hey everybody, it's Jack.
And Roma.
Here from No Notions Travel, and welcome to Travel Reel.
The video series where we show you where some of your favourite films were shot and just how to visit those iconic places.
This week we're talking about The Hangover. The Hangover was released in 2009 and was a box office smash hit. It was directed by Todd Phillips, who would go on to direct The Joker.
I'm the Joker, baby!
From the strip to tigers to Mike Tyson, the film is a perfect encapsulation of the year 2009 in all that is good and maybe not so good.
Paging Dr.
The film was incredibly successful, accumulating $467 million in worldwide ticket sales. It had the honour of being the highest grossing R-rated film at the time. The film was shot in Nevada over a 15-day period, and the main cast formed a strong bond throughout the filming. So let's take a look at The Hangover, where whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Except for herpes. That will come back with you.
The Hangover is based around a bachelor party organised for Doug. We're introduced to Bradley Cooper's character Phil, who's just looking for a really good night in Las Vegas. We also meet the reserve Stu, played by Ed Helms. Stu is definitely not a doctor, but he is a dentist.
And if someone has a heart attack, you should still call 911.
And Doug's soon-to-be brother-in-law Alan. Alan is the wild card on the boys' trip, and he's the reason the film takes the left turn it does.
Phil, Stu and Alan wake up in their penthouse not remembering anything from the night before, with Doug having disappeared. The three follow a thin list of clues in an attempt to find Doug.
Almost everyone has seen the film, so we don't need to bog you down with all the details. In summary, there's a tiger, naked Chinese man with a crowbar, and Mike Tyson.
In Vegas, there is obviously a lot of well-known hotels, and the main one that they stay in, which is the most iconic hotel, is Caesar's Palace. This is where they stay for the wild night, and most of the shots that take place in Caesar's Palace in the movie have actually taken place in the film, except for their penthouse.
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
They also visit the Wild Wild West Casino and Hotel. This is where they track Jade down, the stripper that Stu marries. They also film in the Riviera Hotel and Casino. This is where Alan counts all the cards. But this building has been torn down, and it's a hotel that has been in a lot of movies. So there are two scenes that are filmed outside of the actual Vegas Strip. The first one being in a dry lake bed, which is in the town of Jean, just outside of Vegas. This is where they meet Mr. Chow to exchange the money for Doug, and then subsequently find out that it's not actually their Doug. And the car impound that they get back their car from after they've been driving around in a police car, it was located on a lot beside the Mandalay Bay Hotel, which some may know it's on the outside of the city near the Las Vegas sign, and it's across from the Luxor's Sphinx.
The chapel that was used in the film was actually created on an empty lot on the strip, so it doesn't technically exist.
But there are definitely tons of equivalents on the Las Vegas Strip.
And then lastly is Atomic Liquors. This is where Mr. Chair crashes into the trio. So this is actually the oldest freestanding bar in Vegas, and when they used to test nuclear bombs off in Nevada, this is where people would actually watch the test from afar on the strip.
So, movies are a way to see a new place that you have never seen before. The Hangover has a number of guided fan tours of the strip and the area surrounding it.
There are numerous websites compiling all the key locations where the film takes place, from Caesar's Palace to the Little White Wedding Chapel, which is not official, but it is there, and to a patch of desert just off the strip. If you and your friends want to create the scene with a naked Ken Jeong attacking Bradley Cooper, well, we have the place for you.
We here at No Notions Travel definitely do not advocate the recreation of naked crowbar attacks. There is a photography tour that will bring you to 3 iconic Las Vegas stops, not exactly related to the film, but they do appear. You'll be brought around by limo, served champagne, and a photographer is included in the tour package. The tour costs $328. Exactly. But seems a little mundane for our Hangover expectations.
We have high expectations.
Yes.
And in looking into Hangover Tours in Las Vegas, we came across possibly the ideal Las Vegas tour. There was a fan tour hosted by Brian Petra, who is a Zach Galifianakis impersonator. He hosted a trip around the strip to see all the key filming points. It started at the Bellagio, and from there, he took fans on a 2.5-hour tour in a private bus.
Fake Galifianakis took fans on an alcoholic tour and brought them into dive bars to play games, share stories, and sing-alongs. The tour offered a more PG tour for families that you had to book in advance, a tour guided by a character not allowed near a school.
Shouldn't be here.
Why is that, Alan?
I'm not supposed to be within 200 feet of a school.
What?
If you're feeling extra about the Wolfpack trip, you and your partner could have been married in a ceremony hosted by Alan and a Stu impersonator. They also offered a commitment to love ceremonies for the unmarrieds and a vow of renewal ceremony for any married couples.
You may have noticed that we are speaking about this tour in the past tense, and here is the bummer about all of this. Unfortunately, the Alan guided tours of Vegas have ended due to copyright issues, and this insane and ingenious idea for a tour is now gone.
The whole tour was a passion project for Brian and really shows his love for the role, the film, and being a very good tour guide. Brian is ordained and still offers to do weddings for anyone who would be interested.
We will include Brian's website below if anyone is interested in getting married or to perform a vow renewal. Brian, if you are watching this, thanks for making Vegas a little more fun.
To visit every single location, it may be a good idea to rent a car. Rental costs are around €36 per day, depending on the type of car. Brian's wedding package is around $299 for a ceremony by him, and he's more than happy to meet and chat with people who might be interested.
If we were to go to Las Vegas again and he did manage to be able to do the tours, we would have definitely done one.
Highly would have recommended one of those. That was the main thing of this whole video, was finding that tour, being amazed by the tour,
Yeah.
and then subsequently getting an email back from Brian saying that they no longer exist.
But it is totally possible to walk all of the or about 80% of the locations. Also, the gas station is outside of Las Vegas. It is in Nevada, so that would also be one that you'd need to rent a car for, but everything else you can easily walk to.
And a self-guided tour is probably the one we would recommend.
Yeah.
Considering the price of the photography tour,
which only includes 3 locations, and
they're not necessarily the ones specifically from the film either.
they're just Las Vegas
Yeah.
locations.
It's just a Las Vegas photography tour, but
Yeah.
it's 3 locations with a photographer.
Yeah.
For like $200 and something, so like it's a bit ridiculous.
There's so many websites that will mention all of the locations, and they are very, very easy to walk, so it can eliminate you needing to rent a car to try and see all of the key spots for the film.
All locations and links for websites that will help you out find these places will be in the description below.
Yeah, we'll have them in the article.
So let's have a fun little trivia game. We're going to play the Price is Right music.
So the first piece of trivia that we have, which is always the question that I ask while I'm watching the movie, but I never really bothered to look it up, but there were no effects or prosthetics used for Stu's missing tooth. Ed Helms actually never had a tooth there, it never grew, so he's always had a fake tooth in place, like his whole life, so they just took it out for the filming of the movie. This one, I just couldn't understand how they did it, but it's probably the simplest explanation for it.
When we see the cop car pull up in front of Caesar's Palace, there's actually 2 employees fighting in the background, and they're actually 2 employees fighting about the filming of the scene in the background. And if you look really close to the background, you can see that.
You look like you drank a barrel of molasses. You look like a pregnant Sasquatch.
So, as I said earlier, the scenes in Caesar's Palace are all shot in the casino and the hotel, except for the scenes inside the suite where they wake up. The interior of the room of the suite was constructed on a soundstage due to the addition of the tiger into the story.
Ed Helms and Zach Galifianakis' songs are actually both improvised within the movie.
Yeah, I think it's incredible that they improvised those on set for the film. Because the 3 best friends one particularly, I think, is one of the most iconic ones to come out of that movie.
And we're the 3 best friends that anybody could have. We're the 3 best friends that anyone could have.
So, in real life, Mike Tyson, boxer, actually has 7 tigers. He appears to only have 1 in the film, which the boys steal on this night out, but he actually has 7 tigers.
And we have one bonus trivia that's not in the script that Roma doesn't know about.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
So, the story of The Hangover
Yeah.
is actually based on true events that happened to one of the producers that the director knew.
No way.
Yeah. And
Wait. No way.
yeah, seriously.
Hardly.
Yeah. One of their friends went missing on like a crazy night out, and they owed like a bunch of money to like a strip club.
Jesus.
Swear to God,
Christ.
I read it and it's there. And I forgot to put it into the trivia. Now it's a
Oh my-
secret trivia question.
Oh my god.
So we're gonna have a secret trivia thing in every episode now, and that's how it's gonna go.
Because it's so, like, the movie's actually just so batshit that
Yeah.
you'd think, like, no, this
The
definitely couldn't
concept's based off real life events.
happen. Holy God.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Some guys just can't handle Vegas.
So that's everything you need to know if you want to go on your own Wolfpack adventure. Las Vegas is a great city to visit and can be made affordable with the right research.
If The Hangover inspired you to hit up the City of Sin but never had the chance to do the research, we hope this can help you in your travels.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to make sure you see when we upload our travel reel videos and more videos on affordable holidaying.
If there's a movie that inspired you to make a trip to where it was filmed, or if you want to hear about other movies and where they were filmed, tell us in the comments below, and thanks again for watching.
Thanks.
Bye.